will it ever get better? Is there a chance that either of the boys can have egg ever in their lifetime? Will the allergy go away? Is there something that we can do for it? Um, Hard to say, as I cannot read the future. But I know that there is a chance that Remy potentially could grow out of it. I know, like, they'll tell you, like, maybe by 5 or 6 he'll grow out. But when we were at the doctor last, it was maybe 6 months ago, and they tested his blood, skin test, and then blood test again for eggs, and his units are still pretty high. So it doesn't appear is going to grow out of it. But again, who knows? Um, I got to look it up, but I think its number was like 20 or 17, something like that, when the last time that we went to the doctor. So again, avoidance of eggs entirely for Remy. Riley's number, I need to get him back into the doctors. It's been about a year since we had his blood test done, and his last number was like 47. So we were told for him absolute avoidance, and anything even on shared equipment was completely off the table for Riley. For Remy and Riley both, we stay away from everything. Don't give them anything, even on shared equipment, which, yes, means that I have separate, like, cooking utensils. My parents have separate cooking dishes and utensils and all this stuff, because if it's had an egg or an egg product on it, is absolutely unusable for my boys. The mental taxation there is insane. But anyway, this is not about me. So, will they ever grow out of it? I doubt it. Riley's is actually getting worse. His number has been increasing. Remy's too, I believe, has been increasing. Actually, I feel like the first time that I saw Remy's numbers was like 11. Riley's at a 47. So, or he was like a year ago. So, one of the things that the allergy specialists can do in order to, like, one of the treatment programs, I guess, is called OIT, oral immunotherapy. And we've had friends go through this. Actually, Riley went through this with soy. And it's been successful for everybody that I know. And I know, like, Riley's allergist wants to get there. That was her hope, was like that he could be able to be part of that program, and to be able to just, like, kind of live a more normal life. So OIT, oral immunotherapy, is done in a doctor's office. I've seen this done on TikTok by morons, and please don't do that. Do this at a doctor's office with them there. So when Riley was younger, Riley's one of his, like, initial skin tests showed that he was allergic to soy also, which I talked about previously, and, like, he had reactions to soy formula and all this stuff. So I wasn't really surprised, but I was a little surprised because they eat Oreos. Riley eats Oreos, and when he was younger, ate them all the time, and Oreos have soy in them. So I was like, I don't understand how his skin test was quite significant for soy, but I know he eats them. So when I was talking to the doctor about this, because they initially wanted me to avoid soy and egg, I was like, but he eats it. I know he eats it. Like, obviously, I've never given him soy sauce because we don't eat Chinese and Japanese with him because of the eggs. But I was like, he's had stuff with soy in it, no doubt about it. So he was like, okay, let's do the test and see how, if we can pass him out of this. And I was like, all right. So we went one day to buy soy milk, and we had to go to the doctor's office. He was like, block off your day. It's going to take a long time. All right. So we went, and I don't know if Riley remembers, but, like, he hated this. It was so gross to him because soy milk is disgusting. And he was like, they start off by taking your vitals. Like, they'll check everything, all your vital signs to get, like, a baseline. and then a drop of the soy, of the allergen. So literally a dropper of soy milk. And, did that, nothing. They wait a few minutes, like 10 or 15, take all your vitals again, make sure everything is okay, and then it goes up. And it's like, a few drops. Okay, we're still good. We're still tracking. Everything's fine. There's been no allergic reaction whatsoever. And you slowly graduate up until he had a full cup. And no reactions ever, other than like, this is disgusting. And then, so the doctor was like, all right, yeah, okay, we can take soy off the list. And he was like, it just shows up on his skin test. He doesn't like it, but like, it's not causing any kind of reaction for him. He had a significant amount that day in the doctor's office. So I was like, really happy about that. And we can take that off. So soy is like, it's good to go for Riley. I still don't know that. I think I have cooked with soy before, and the doctor did encourage me to use soy in stuff, like, or to make sure that he was taking it basically every day, to keep up that like kind of tolerance and familiarity with it, so the immune system wouldn't be freaking out about it. So that's OIT, and I know that's like the graduation test. I know, like, I've talked to a couple friends who have had their kids go through it, and like, it's a lot slower. Like, it won't be that gradual. It'll be like, you get the drop, and then you sit there for a little while, make sure no reaction happens, and then you come back like the next week or the next day. Like, it is very drawn out um, until you pass the program, basically. So, like two-ish years ago, 2.5 years ago, when we moved here and met our awesome allergist here, she and I were talking about this, like, wanting to be able to put the boys through this. To hopefully, she was still hopeful that Remy was going to grow out of it. But that Riley, being in middle school, would be able to participate in this treatment program and be a candidate for it. And then they did the blood test, and then they called, and she was like, well, that's not going to happen. I need his units to be like a 2 or a 3, and he's a 47. So she's like, so we're just going to put a pin in this for now, and we will come back to it later. We'll just watch it. So the plan for Riley right now, is to every year have his blood test done to see where those numbers are, what they're doing, where they're trending. So, and then the numbers that they'll like give you back is like an egg white, a baked egg, and maybe like a full egg. I don't remember what else, but they just always call with his, and they're like, oh my gosh, stay away from it. Some of the most like questions that I get are like, can he eat other eggs? No. No egg of any kind. We were told that years and years ago from a doctor. I'm not sure if other egg allergy people actually are allowed to eat like duck eggs or ostrich eggs, which ostrich eggs are disgusting, by the way. But I don't know if that's allowed by their doctor, but it definitely is not by ours. So we stay clear of that. I've gotten this question a few times. Can I eat chicken? And at first I was like, yeah. And then I realized, like, well, chickens and eggs, that's where they come from. So it does actually stand to, I mean, it's not a silly question. It's a legitimate question. Can they eat chicken? And yes, thank the Lord they can have chicken, because that is a huge protein source. For us, we eat it a couple times a week. Both of them kind of prefer, well, actually, Remy prefers chicken over red meat, but Riley, like, steak all day. So anyway, yeah, that's that question. When I first got asked that, it was actually my furniture delivery guy who was assembling the couch in the house when we moved here to Birmingham asked that question. And I was like, that's actually not a stupid question. It's a great question. I've just never been asked before. So anyway, yeah, that's that. I am hopeful that one day um, Remington will be able to do the OIT. I'm hoping that his numbers are going to trend down now that he's almost 5. And for Riley, I just really hope and pray that he learns to cook. I mean, and learns to really like take control of his allergy and his situation, and make sure that he's very clear with other people when he's not around me or his sister. um Regan's kind of always been, I don't know if she does this necessarily now. We've gone quite a while, knock on wood, without any uh I really don't say, I feel like I just jinxed myself and us. But anyway, um, she used to be like the guard dog. Like she was like, I joked with somebody that she was like a drug dog. She could like read his face and know that something had happened, and he would always get really scared. Um, and he would definitely have like this countenance change, whenever he was dealing with that. So, I hope that he just learns how to really stand up for himself, learns how to cook and make it really clear when he's out at a restaurant. Um, and really clear to his girlfriends, because I mean, that story from before. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of that.